Show, a special episode for 2022, a new love story. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. Please watch this show on my YouTube channel for free and also check out the other episodes for the Love Show. Enjoy, because this is the year to manifest this higher spiritual love, and this love show is going to teach you all you need to know to receive it. Have an amazing and beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste. Hello, my soul family. Welcome to the Love Show, a special episode for this year of 2022. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your soul coach, and this is a special free show provided by the Spiritual Counseling TV network. If you want access to more educational content year-round, go to christyramirez.com/TV and become a member to get access to all this exclusive content. So here we are gathered for this beautiful spring season, because it is when these flowers and this love is blossoming. This is true love, spiritual love coming into its fullest fruition, and this is just the beginning. And this is what today's theme is about for this year of 2022. This is a whole new love story that we are preparing for, and it's so exciting because this is unlike we've ever experienced before. It's like the fairy tale dream fantasy that we've all had, and it's going to begin little by little. Right, this is what the 2021 Love Show series was about. It was about learning about the components of spiritual love, how to make it work. And today we're just here almost like for a check-in, and I want to just bring a message of hope and a little bit of what I see as the after of what everything we've learned, just all the lessons that we've learned last year. This is a whole new story to your book in life, into your love story, right? Especially if you've been through situations where many relationships have failed, or maybe you have yet to even find the one, or maybe you haven't even had a really serious relationship that was almost like marriage material, and maybe the years are passing by and you're wondering, when is this ever going to enter my life? And a lot of what this has to do with is knowing first ourselves, are we ready for this kind of love? Because it can be scary for those who are unhealed. It can be very intimidating, and it can almost make people want to run away if you're not ready for this love, right? And it can happen on both the divine masculine or divine feminine side. It's irrelevant to gender. This is about our soul growth and how ready we feel on the inside, how healed we are from all past traumas, past failures in relationships, or maybe you've had previous marriages, or just your ability to love other people, right? Whether it's family members, whether it's friendships, whether it is romantic partners. We all have a series of mistakes and regrets that we've all had to almost like atone and start over. And this is this fresh start that God is blessing us with. This is a gift that God is giving to us. It's the ability to love for real this time, right? Not even again, because chances are if anything didn't work out in the past, it is love, because you could care for another person, but it doesn't mean that it's this kind of level of spiritual, ethereal, and just otherworldly kind of love that we're talking about, right? This is like the most highest pinnacle that you can reach when it comes to love. And if you reached it in this lifetime, that's a huge accomplishment, because it's very, very rare, especially also when these perfect matches find each other amidst the millions and millions of people on this earth. That is very rare, but that's also their souls being magnetized towards one another, finding ways to meet each other in this reality, right? Almost like if by a miracle. And it's so spectacular, right? How how it really is true. Like, I've seen spiritual lovers magnetize towards one another, and chances a lot of the times is that they're either in very different areas, very different careers, or maybe just they're living different lifestyles, and that doesn't stop true love from happening, right? And that's more of the beauty in it, because it's almost like you can be so different, but if your soul's DNA is the same, and because again, even though you're the perfect match, it doesn't mean you have the same personality, right? It's almost like even identical twins, they each have their own personality, but that doesn't mean that they're not twins, and that they don't have this telepathic union and connection, that nothing can get in the way of that, right? Because they are bonded almost like by the umbilical cord, literally a spiritual umbilical cord. And this is what the spiritual love is. It's like, this is the only kind of love, once you've experienced it, that nothing can compare to that anymore, because it's like you've experienced the ultimate divine ecstasy. What's more than that? Nothing, right? If anything, just perhaps death and just transcending into heaven. But on this earth, any other kind of mundane love will not do it, because you've reached and you've sensed, or you have at least glimpsed this kind of love. And if you haven't yet, maybe you have in your dreams, or maybe this is something that you're aspiring to attract into your life, and it will be attracted when you affirm it, when you pray, and when you do the inner healing work to prepare your energetic vibration to be a perfect match for this kind of higher love. Because that's again what this is. It's the higher love. It's almost like the song by Whitney Houston, Higher Love, which is one of my favorite songs. And it couldn't have said it better, because this is what it is. This is a higher love that nothing can compare it to, and it is God blessed, it is God given. It is your Adam to your Eve, it is your Eve to your Adam. And I feel like that's a wonderful way to start today's love show, special episode for 2022, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, phenomenon. And I feel like there is a lot of this happening at this moment in time. Maybe not at this particular moment, the official unions, but down the line, I really do feel that these lovers will get together. And I feel like this is the beginning stages as I'm filming today's love show. And this is the beginning moments of bonding, getting to know each other, friendship. And this is a new love. This is completely new, because if this is something from the past, you're bringing in karma into your future, right? And the future is completely new. It's completely transcended, because it's a healed version of whatever you experienced in the past that didn't work out for a reason, because there was some fault there. There was some fault. There was a fault in that product, you can say, in that relationship, in that person, in that situation, in that timeline as well. And now everything has been purified, has been cleansed, we've been healed, and any last remnants of that is being purged, so that we are completely a blank new slate, a blank new canvas to start painting the love story of our dreams, start writing this new story. And this is beginning with God's help, which is where fate comes in, which is there is already almost like an introduction written in the stars, and we fill in the blank. It's almost like the beginning of a journal, and you get this assignment, almost like my gratitude journal. You get an assignment, there's like an intro where you get to imagine your most perfect life, your dream relationship, your ideal lifestyle, your goals, and then you write it out. You only get an introduction, you only get a prompt, and that's God's story to you. God is giving you the person, the place, the situation, the time, but then you make of it what you want after that. You write the rest of the story, you fill in the blank, and that gives us so much freedom to live the life how we want, right? What is according to what we are gonna love, what's gonna feel good to us, and what really is gonna fulfill us on the emotional and heart level. Because God knows this, and that's why He already has this special person stored for you, saved for you, right? And And I feel like now, with all this patience and waiting that's been taking place, it's almost like it's time to reveal what it's going to be. And God is so excited to give this gift to us because we are deserving of it. And that's another thing, right? This is a reward. This spiritual love is a reward and is to be deserved. So we've been putting in a lot of work, and God sees that. And God will bless us and restore us from any past mistakes, any past downfalls, any past heartbreaks, which can bring you back on your love journey, right? Because it closes off your heart. But when you start to bring in more self-love, naturally your heart starts to expand and open. And then you're transparent. You're ready to be vulnerable again, to be intimate with this new love partner of yours. And this is where we're at right now. We're ready to be transparent, and we are being transparent in how we're feeling, in what's in our heart. And this is what's going to make that bond that much stronger. It's like this super glue that it can't be broken because it's permanent, right? And it's been fortified time after time with every experience and with every passing day, with the little things that they do for each other. Being grateful for one another, being appreciative of one another is a huge thing. We all want to be appreciated, and only we ourselves can give to that first. And then the next person that can give that to you is your spiritual partner. Because if you're dealing with a partner that is there to teach you a lesson, chances are they won't appreciate you to your fullest potential, because sometimes it's like a tough love lesson, or sometimes it's just not meant to be, right? And maybe there is no love there. The only person who can really give you this spiritual love appreciation is your spiritual half, your other half, your beloved. And that's what we're looking forward to. So I feel like this is a great introduction for today. Such a special day to, glamour up for this. And I brought something extra today, which are these 2 candles, because this is what these perfect matches are. They are 2 flames burning for each other, passionate, magnetized, and just desiring each other so much. And this is the energy that I'm feeling. There is an urge to be in each other's presence. There is an urge to be in each other's arms. And there is an urge to be with one another in union for the rest of their lives, because we've realized that no other person can cut it. No one's going to compare. And so what's the point in trying to test other people or try to force another relationship that's not meant to be? It's almost like a waste of time, right? And at this moment in time that we're living during these times is not a time to waste time, right? If anything, it's the time to appreciate every single day that much more, and never live in regret, and just do what it is that you want to do now. Don't wait tomorrow, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So do today what you perhaps wanted to do tomorrow, but you don't know if tomorrow's going to be there. So do it today. Do it now. Nothing is stopping you but your own self. And that's what's also being healed. It's this false inner reflection that's not true. And that's what needs to be healed. Any distorted images of self can create insecurities, self-doubts, and that's only getting in the way of true spiritual love. And we want to be completely transparent with one another. So I will be right back. I'm going to bring in my special Botticelli Love Oracle deck. Those are like my romance tarot deck. And we're going to get some more answers for this year of 2022, how we can best prepare for the spiritual love, how we can open our hearts, and then what's ahead for us when it comes to this new love story. I'll be right back after this short little break. Alright, my soul family, let us get ready for some extra guidance for today. Alright. I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and I hope that this really does inspire you to not settle for anything that is not really your deepest soul desire? Because that's number one. What will stop true love from coming in is holding on to something that is not. And if there's no room for this new love to happen, then it's almost like you get stuck with what you decide to keep, right? So we need to be open-minded and be receptive to this love. That's number one if you want this kind of love, because it is energetic, right? It's like these sparks that the universe speaks this other language with, right? It's like this energy is the language of our soul, this kind of spiritual love. And this language only understands almost like just openness, right? It needs to be free-flowing. If there's anything in the middle of it, it doesn't understand that I'm just in this in the meantime, or maybe I'm just in this because I want to make sure that this spiritual love is true, that it's going to work out. That's almost like ultimatums with God, right? And that, again, with this universe that's energetic, it doesn't respond to that. The law of attraction does not know what that means, especially if there's like the word no in it, right? If you're like saying, no, not yet, because I'm in this, or but I don't think that I'm good enough, or but whatever, you know, any excuse, that the universe doesn't listen to that. And so we need to be completely free, surrendered. And that takes a lot of vulnerability in and of itself, right? Even before knowing the other person, getting to know that other person. Just the fact that you're going to be by yourself, not knowing whether or not you're going to find someone else, that is a lot of vulnerability. And that is what's going to open you up to gifts that you had no idea possible. And that's what God is asking of all of us. Because I know that loneliness can create desperateness, and that's not high vibrational. That's very low vibrational, believe it or not. And that will deter you from your spiritual journey as well, right? So it's not serving anyone. So you're better off being alone, right? And remember, this spiritual love union is going to help to elevate the spiritual journey even more, right? That's what spiritual lovers are about, above and foremost. The spiritual journey is in the center of that union and the mission, right? And so that's what we need to remember. And so, yeah, it's a very powerful message for today. Right away, we got the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like this is a message for divine masculines about needing to reach this Emperor state. This Emperor is holding almost like a crystal ball in his hand, and he's holding the sword, being very adamant about his future and not settling for anything else in the present moment, because he knows that that will delay the future, right? And this is about stability as well. It is a major arcana number 4. This spiritual love union will bring stability in our life, and that's what we're all after. Because I feel like if you're just dating around, or if you're in situations that's not your spiritual love, it's very unstable, because it's not meant to be forever, first of all, for this long term. And second of all, there's going to be trouble, there's going to be chaos that's going to create drama and instability in your life. And nobody wants to be in situations like that. So we're looking for the ultimate best, the best of the best. And this is what's going to ease our root chakra problems, even financial issues, home and shelter. If that's something that is also blocking spiritual love, know that the spiritual love union in and of itself will attract abundance, because it's two powerful forces versus one, right? And then, yeah, there's a lot of wounds. We got Chiron again with the 7 of Wands. He's been coming up a lot. He actually came up in all the dailies last week as well, in this early April. And this is what's being healed. It's all these spiritual wounds as well that are very deep to our core. And it's almost like those unhealed wounds that just won't heal. And believe me, that it's not physically related. It's metaphysically related. It's spiritual. Remember, you know, for example, joints are related to pride, to ego. That's just one example, right? Any liver issues are related to anger, frustration, hate even, right? All physical ailments are related to something spiritual. That's Chinese medicine 101. And even at a chakra level. And I truly believe that. It's all metaphysical. So if you're dealing with any unhealed wounds, take a look at your soul journey first. and realize that maybe this is just almost like a sign that your angels want to wake you up and want to make you also take a different direction, almost like a detour, a better direction, right? Maybe you've been aiming in the wrong direction with your bow and arrows because you're like the hunter, and the hunter is usually very instinctual, animalistic instincts, right? Whereas if you're a wise man, you make wise decisions and you aim smart. You use one of your bows, not all of your bows, trying to get that target, that deer, for example. You're not going to hit all those 7 arrows and waste them if you haven't practiced enough. So practice is wisdom, because then you only need 1 arrow to aim at that exact point. And that's almost like the lesson here. Be wise. You don't need to date around when you already know that your spiritual one is that 1 arrow. Aim for just that one and aim full out. Don't waste your energy on all these other arrows, which is going to drain you, and then you're not going to have energy for the real thing. And it's going to miss your opportunity as well, right? Because there is a timetable on every single opportunity. Yeah. So your guidance is being the magician of this new love story. The power is in your hands. And this is going to heal you. This is going to bring you also more courage. And is what is being asked of us is be courageous. Even be bold enough to be embarrassed, to make a fool of yourself. Take that leap of faith. Who cares, right? At least you tried. The worst regret that anyone can live by is not trying. And we're being guided to try, because if you're going to waste your energy, this is going to be you. Exhausted, 10 of Wands, drained. All in dreamland and not in reality. This is going to stay an ethereal love. But if you would decide to go the other way and be wise and take action, you become the magician and the alchemist of this new love story in your life. And that's a beautiful message, and that's the birth of Venus. She shows up, of course, here in the Four of Swords. In the Four of Swords, this divine masculine is manifesting this divine feminine. And interesting that they're looking towards each other as well. The 1 and the 4. I think that's so beautiful, and there might be something synchronistic about the number 14. 14 weeks, or maybe the 14th of a certain month. We are in the 4th month, April, right? And this is where it began, April 1st, springtime. And yeah, this is the beginning stages of this magic happening. This beautiful light magic that is vulnerable. She is completely humble as well. She's completely transparent without any clothing. And she's waiting for her prince in shining armor to clothe her. Let's get a little bit extra here. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna need to move on from this 7 of Wands, wounded warrior. And this card wants to come in, which again is the Knight of Pentacles. Of course, the Knight in shining armor had to come in. This is the offering of new love, and it's also the offering maybe of financial stability, right? Because in ancient times, and what is that word, traditionally, the divine masculine in courtship does want to take care of his divine feminine, right? And he is able to. Maybe that's one of his insecurities. But if they're a divine masculine and they're a magician, they've made a good life for themselves. So they're able to take care of their divine feminine as well. Nothing is stopping them from doing that but their own insecurities, right? And that's the worst, because it's almost like it becomes a vicious cycle and a self-fulfilling prophecy as well. Seeing things that are not really there. It's almost like you want to believe the false story that you're telling yourself. But this false narrative needs to be erased and written with a new one. Because this is beautiful, and this is, yeah, this little Cupid pointing the arrow to who is the one, the tallest of all wands, the beautifulest of all wands, right? The 8 of Wands is the infinite love. This is eternal. That's the power of this spiritual love. And then on the divine feminine side, there are angels helping her to feel her most beautiful, help her to return to her most youthfulness, fertileness as well, and helping her to feel young. helping her to feel good about herself, confident, and they're helping her take care of herself as well, right? Through self-care, self-love, and teaching her new ways of living a better life, a luxurious life, a life that she loves, and a place where she will be in love, so that she can offer that to her counterpart, her divine husband, and also to her future children, right? Because that's of course what comes next. And the divine feminine needs to be in a very strong, cared position for this, nurturing herself so much. You know, divine feminines need self-love so much more than divine masculines, because as divine feminines, not only are we more sensitive, but we are the carriers of nurturance, because we give that to a child, and we give that to our husband, and then if we have a collective mission, we give that to our world. So that's a lot of love that we need to carry. So it's almost like we need to fill our cup up with all of this self-love first to be able to have more than plenty of this beautiful water fountain to give from. And that's this overflowing love state that we are reaching as divine feminines. And that's where we're still going at it, because we're never going to reach a place where we have more than enough love. There's always room for more self-love. And we're just giving ourselves self-love at this moment, waiting for our Prince Charming to come by, while the divine masculines are gathering the courage, gathering their strength, their confidence to believe in themselves, to know that they're good enough for their divine feminine. Because that's the thing, you know, it's so interesting that the divine masculines have all these doubts, but little do they know is that the divine feminines think the world of them. And that's maybe what they need to be confirmed of and reassured, that their divine feminine loves them just the way that they are, and they think very highly of them, because that's the number one thing that's going to keep this spiritual love bond for the long haul, is mutual respect, mutual admiration, and mutual genuine love, the purest of all kind of loves. And that is there. And this is what needs to be almost like just reassured to both ends, right? So what a beautiful message for today. Let's see any last messages for today. Yeah, there's inner battles in the divine masculine's life right now that needs to be given to God. Six of Pentacles in reverse, almost like not feeling good enough, right? Because this is almost a charity card and it's in the reverse. It's almost like the divine feminines feel they don't have enough to give. Exactly what I said. And so they're battling their ego and their higher self. And interesting here that one of them does look almost distorted and one of them looks like Jesus, which is the healed one, right? It's like the ascended master, the higher self version of us, versus the human lower ego self. And that's what the divine masculines are battling, the Two of Swords. And they need to overcome this to reach this magician, the number one. And then for the divine feminine, she's just working on her creativity, music, arts, poetry, crafts. All of this is keeping her in Zen mode, in peace, in serenity, and giving herself more love. And all this creative energy as well is healing her sacral chakra, and is also healing fertility. She's giving birth to a lot of projects, a lot of new stories in both of their lives, right? And she is singing, calling in her divine masculine almost, through all of her arts, her creativity, her uniqueness as well, her painting. And she's just dancing with the flow of life. Interesting that there's a river here. And maybe she's indulging in spa, right? And like baths as well, bathing herself, pampering herself, because this is making her feel good from the inside out. And remember, beauty and serenity radiates from the inside out. And the divine masculine can feel this on an energetic soul level telepathically. And that's what's bringing them together, right? As she aligns herself, body, mind, and spirit, reaches her ultimate health and wellness state. Alright, so we have the Nine of Chalices in the reverse, which is the Nine of Cups, where something is definitely missing in our life, right? We're trying to complete these old cycles to start this new one. And we have the Lovers in reverse. This is what's missing. It's true love. No doubt about it. We are talking about love today. And what's needed for that is even the divine masculines need this nurturing love. Maybe they have mother issues. Maybe they weren't mothered genuinely, or maybe they just want this from their divine feminine because maybe they're going through a lot of struggle. It looks like the divine masculines are this poor boy here, drained and tired, praying to God for help, and it's almost like he's being pushed in all directions, and he's feeling sorrowful, feeling empty. And what's missing here is the union of his counterpart, this divine feminine. And this divine feminine, remember, in archetypal speaking, she is Mother Mary, and the divine masculine is like Jesus. And this Mother Mary energy of the divine feminine is going to heal her masculine. And that's all what's needed sometimes, right? Not needing to wait to be healed, to be in union. All right, my soul family, so we're gonna end on this note, the Lover's card as our goal, our aspiration for today, the number 6, reaching this ultimate harmony with this 3 of Wands, abundant, and this is what is going to attract more abundance in our life. All right, so, all right, before we close out, all right, my soul family, so thank you for joining me for today's love show special episode for 2022. I hope that you enjoyed this special presentation. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. If you want to book a personal soul coaching session for more guidance on your particular spiritual journey or on your love journey, go to christyramirez.com/booking. And also for more exclusive educational content just like this year-round, join the Spiritual Counseling TV network at christyramirez.com/TV. I'm wishing you all the most highest love in your life, that you may manifest it this year. And please let me know how your love story is going, and just be prepared for this new love story to begin. I'm feeling all this love in the air. And make sure that you also watch the episodes from 2021 if you haven't already. Those are timeless shows that I filmed. It's almost like a whole season that I filmed of 11 episodes, I believe it was, on the love show on different topics when it comes to spiritual love, if you want to learn more about it. And that's definitely going to open you up to attracting it when you start to be more curious, when you start to learn about it. So definitely watch and even rewatch the Love Show series. Have an amazing and beautiful year. Namaste.